everyone, it has been a while since I've done a review video. So today I will be reviewing Mungyo Watercolor Color Chip 12 color set.
I bought this set from Overjoy, which is an art supply store in Singapore, just before the circuit breaker measure was implemented. So I was pretty lucky to able to get this before we can't buy any art supplies.
And I have so many watercolor tubes. Why did I buy this? Okay, the first reason is that we have watercolors in a form of a tube, pen, cake, paper, but this is a chip. Have you seen a chip before? So I'm quite curious how it is like inside and how you actually use it. Second reason is because it is so cheap. It's $7 before discount, and now for 20% off, it's like just $5.50. So yeah, why not just try this? And it's so small and so cute. So are you curious how it looks inside, whether it performs as a watercolor, and is it worth that $7? Stay tuned to this review to find out.
So it says here it's new, so I think it's only newly released. And here are the colors that are available. You can see that it's made by Mungyo Watercolor company, and it's actually a Korean company, and it's written here made in Korea. So Mungyo is known for pastels and I think oil pastels, chalks, things like that. So this is, I think, something new that they have developed. And over here at the back, you do see like there's some information, things like the color will discharge when contact with water. It's light, convenient, cut-type watercolor, and it's made out of 12 colors, and there's transparent colors. So, however, there are some caution, like do not apply on face or skin. So this is to tell you this is not a cosmetic product. And do not place under direct sunlight. Avoid high humidity. You will see why later. And touching with sweaty or watery hands may pollute hands. Okay, some spelling mistakes, but we know it's hands. And wash hands after use. Alright, so let's open it. So they're actually just hard cards, like laminated hard cards, and you'll see that the colors are actually on each of these cards. So let's just take this off. So this is to hold them together while in the box. It also comes with a small metal ring, and the colors are actually on one card. So each color is on one card. So there are a total of 12 cards here, and they all have like a hole. They all have like a punch hole at the top left-hand corner, and you can fit this ring. It's built in this way that you can hold them all in one, together. And there is a hard card, plastic palette card at the back, which has a little, it's like a big well. So I believe this is like a mixing page or a mixing well kind of thing. On one of the card, the color is on one side, and at the back side, the behind of that color, you have the color information. So things like what color it is, it's a white, and they have all the different languages. And the most interesting thing that I see with this card or this set is that they have pigment information, and also if I'm not wrong, light fastness, whether it's opaque or it's transparent, and maybe the which series of colors it belongs to. I mean, I find it really amazing that they actually included pigment information. Let's do a swatch in the next part. To do a watercolor chart, I have cut out a piece of watercolor paper. So what I'm going to do is to swatch all the colors in this page. And the funny thing about the palette is that the well faces outside, So I believe when you use it, you're supposed to use it like that. So you're supposed to do the mixing over here while you open up your colors. The set comes with a white, there's the usual yellow, orange, there's only a red, some earth colors, 2 greens, 2 blue, a purple, and a black. I have actually to test them properly using the way that I test watercolors. Didn't test the white and the black because I don't think there's a need to. But from testing out all these colors, I found that there are actually 5 colors that had a single pigment. A single pigment was used, and these are the yellow, viridian, the cobalt blue, which actually looks like an ultramarine blue, and because it's PB29, this in fact is an ultramarine blue pigment. But of course, these are all names. It's just that it's very strange that it's actually cobalt blue here. But for other makers, this pigment is normally what people think or term as ultramarine blue. There's also the cerulean blue, which is also not very cerulean in my opinion. It's more like a picoish phthalo blue. And there's a violet. And these are single pigment, meaning there's only one pigment that's being used to make these colors. So they are quite good for mixing. So as you can see, the colors are actually quite nice. You do get some of these intermediates. So it's not, you don't get very muddy colors, which is really good. So yeah, it's definitely mixable. And next, we also have the colors that have us made up of two different pigments. So what I realized is that after looking at the colors and also the pigment information, that PY14 is used in these colors. So these 3 actually contain a mixture of PY14 and something else. So this is PG7 is actually the viridian that we have here. So in fact, it's like really a convenient mix of the viridian and the yellow. Give you this one. I think there's probably no need for this one because you already have these 2 in the kit, but they've included it. So yeah, anyway, some of these colors are actually pretty, especially these mixtures, especially these 2 colors, very easily lift off. I don't know why the mixture makes it easy to lift off. And here are the mixes. Doesn't look too bad actually, even though there are like 2 colors in the paint. Yep. And this is very funny because can you see from here that it's obviously a burnt sienna color, but they call it light red. And it's made out of 3 pigments. So I really don't know why they couldn't use a burnt sienna color. Yeah, pigment. But normally we use this for like making the grays with the ultramarine blue and the cerulean blue over here. So somehow I think it's still okay, still works quite well to get the gray, but it's not difficult to get gray. Yeah, so this is really just a very quick summary of the colors that we have here. Generally, I think the colors are highly pigmented and they are quite vivid. Okay, so when you look at the cards, right, you would think that this is actually like purple because of the card color, but it's actually your cerulean blue, the cerulean blue. Yeah, so it's very easy for you to actually get it mixed up with the actual purple. And one thing is, if you, let's say, do not allow the cards to dry before you close the cards, you get this kind of effect. You get it like lifted, you go over to the other side, but it's not a big thing because you can actually wipe it off because they laminated this wipe off, or even like scratch off, you see, like this, so you can actually scratch it off. So it's not a big deal.
So the best way to test these out is to actually use them on a sketch, which is what I did. I find the colors remain vivid, even though when I mix them on the paper or on the palette, they are not muddy. You can definitely try out watercolor techniques using these paints.
So definitely not a craft watercolor paint, and definitely something that you can explore to do sketching outdoors, or to actually use it in some small scale watercolor work. Then yeah, one bad thing that I can think of is that because the cards are so small, and just a single swat will remove, like let's say I actually use these for the swatching and also for some of these painting, and you realize that maybe it will not last you too long if you use it every day. So when you, let's say, scratch off most of the paint, you see the white card underneath. Yeah, So especially this one, I use this quite often, so a lot of it came off. So it really depends on your usage, and it's probably not going to last you very long.
So what are my final thoughts for this product? Let's go to the good points first. Firstly, it's small, it's compact, it's convenient to bring, and you can actually just go out. It's really good for people who just want to go out and sketch on the go. You can bring some watercolor paper or your sketchbook and you can just paint on the go. Number two, it's affordable. So it's only, with a discount right now, it's only $5.50. And I think the pigment is really not too bad, you know, for this price. And there's pigment information and it makes okay. The quality is better than those craft paints. And because they are single pigment and they're not chalky except the white, you can really mix them. So you can really try watercolor techniques with this, although it's really small. So let's get to the bad points. There really isn't much watercolor inside. The amount of paint is really quite small. So I think you can really quite easily finish this if you really use it very often. You're not enough paint for you to do a full watercolor sheet. This is really for like coloring pages or small sketchbooks or postcards. You have to use very small brushes because of the area. If you put a big brush, you're just gonna like remove all the paint. Another point is that you really have to wait for the paint to dry. Otherwise, when you close them, when you try to pack it, it will cause the paint to transfer to the other side of the card. Although you can easily remove it, but it's kind of messy in a way. And then of course, it's not good for sweaty palm, people with sweaty palm, because imagine if your fingers are like wet from the sweat and you touch the cards, it's gonna like transfer to your hands and not cool. And maybe there's some pigment misinformation, like cobalt blue is actually like ultramarine blue. But it's not really important if, let's say, you're not like the fussy kind when it comes to watercolor. Given the good and bad points, I think generally for me, I would recommend it because it's cheap, the pigment is good, and the colors are not too bad. There are like 12 colors. You can get your hand on this. Just go to Overjoy to get it. Yeah, I thank you for watching the video and I hope you enjoy the review. And I am always constantly on the lookout for interesting art materials from different sources. So do let me know if there's anything that I've seen and you would like a review from me, alright? Okay, so I thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!